Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and I'm back with another Girl Scouts at Home programming video for you today. And today's subject is a STEM edition video. Our video topic is how strong are eggshells. So today's concepts that we're going over are arches, structural engineering, and math. So if you have any school assignment, activity assignment, anything, or if you just want to show people that you know something about this, you can tweak this assignment, this video, and turn it into your own thing to show people that you know what math is, or like how arches work, or just like a little introduction to structural engineering. So first off, who knows what this is? You probably already know what it is. It's used very common for breakfast foods or baking. It's an egg. I think you might have guessed it. And today we're going to be using the shell of this egg to do our experiment. So let's get started with arches. They're all around us. They can be man-made. You can find them in nature. They've been used since ancient time in structural engineering. When I think of arches, the first thing I think of is the St. Louis Arch. If you've ever been up in it, really cool. If not, and you're driving through St. Louis, or you live in St. Louis, or you just want to visit St. Louis sometime, you should go and see the arch. I love it. If you're afraid of heights, though, it could be a little scary, but it's definitely something to do. Go and do that. So now that I had a little St. Louis arch rant, let's get back to our video. So arches are used man-made in doorways. Some people's doorways are arches. They're really cute. It adds something special to the house, but it still can bear the load of the weight of the walls. They're also used in bigger windows. They have a little arch, and they are also really cute. It adds something different to the architecture of buildings, but still holds the weight of the walls, and so it makes it kind of unique and different. So like I said, arches are all around us. Today, the arch found in nature, we're using eggshells because if you look, you can see the arch there. So we're going to test that, and we're going to test the strength of the arch of the eggshell. So in order to do this, we need eggs, books, a bowl. I already have 2 eggs in here because I cracked them earlier. A bowl that we can put our eggs in that we crack. I'm putting mine in a Tupperware container so I can use them this afternoon in my baking that I'm going to do. And then we need a scale or something to weigh them if we want to know the exact amount of weight that our eggshells held, or you can just say it held 4 books if it held 4 books, or 10 books, or however many books it held. But I want us to figure out the exact amount of weight, so we're going to use the scale. Then you need a plate to put some eggshells on, and then we just need a surface, any type of surface that is clean or flat. So if you are doing this inside, I'm doing it outside, I'm tilting you guys down. So if you guys are doing this inside, you'll want to use a like cookie sheet or something so you don't get eggshells everywhere. But I am just using my outdoor backyard patio table, and so I just put a little paper towel napkin down. So first things first is we need to take our bowl and we need to crack some eggs. So I'm going to crack another egg. So I take my egg, and you want to try to crack as straight of a line around it as possible. The straighter the line, the better. I know it's not always easy to do that, and expect like a lot of people when they do this, they use a special like cutting tool. But I wanted to make this as easy and as cheap as possible. People do at home, so it's perfectly fine to like crack it. But the straighter the line is on it, the flatter the surface will be that the eggshell sits on. And so the flatter the surface, the more likely it will hold more weight because it'll be evenly distributed across the egg. So in order to make a straight line, just as you crack it, kind of roll the egg around the side instead of just doing one and pulling. The light taps on the sides, and then find where you think it is easiest to pull. Oh, okay. So I completely ruined this side, but that's okay. That can just go on our plate of trash. But right here, I have an egg with a kind of flat surface. So I'm going to put that up there to wait for a second. And I'm going to crack one more, so then we'll have 4 eggs. You can do 2 eggs, 3 eggs, 6 eggs, 9 eggs, however many eggs you want. Actually, don't do 2. Do 3 or more, so you have a sturdy base. If you do 2, the books will be like wobbly on it, and it won't be easy for them to hold. Okay, this one's gonna be bad, I feel like, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna crack it on the side too. Okay. So technically, we could have two different bases of our eggs, but they're different heights. So I'm going to take the tall ones of the 4 eggs I have cracked, which are all right here. I'm going to use those, and so I'm going to take this one out. So I'm going to put if you have eggs on your hands, just wipe it on your napkin, since I'm using that to kind of protect my table. And then I'm just going to put the lid on my eggs and put my eggs off to the side. If you're inside, just go put them in the fridge right now. I'm just going to let them sit there while we do this. So what I'm going to do, this one's already kind of broken as I didn't crack it the best. So sometimes that will make it fall sooner than later. If it falls super soon, we'll do it again. So I'm just going to set my eggs how I want them. So I'm going to set it in like a square to even it out. I'm going to break a small chunk off of this one to try to make it a little more flat. There we go. I'm just going to put the chunk on the top. Okay. So I'm just going to do a square. And then I'm going to move my plate of eggs from the top of my book to the ground. I'm going to take a book. I'm going to sit it on top. Hopefully the weight is evenly dispersed. See, the eggshells hold one book. Who would have thought it would have held a book? Personally, books can be heavy, so I don't know if I would have thought that, but it holds a book. So we're going to go and we're going to add another book. And these are all just books I had laying around at home. You can use any type of books. Magazines add lighter weight. You can use anything you want. And I always start with a hard-covered book on the bottom because when I hold a soft book, it like flops like this. So we don't want it to be on the eggshells and flop and touch the ground. So I'm adding a stats book I used for college. Oh, I dropped it. And you want to put it down as steady as possible. If you drop it, the force could crack the eggs. So I'm going to add a skinnier book because I feel like it's getting kind of heavy. Then I'm going to use my college cookbook next. And so right now it's still holding it. Okay. I'm going to use another textbook from college. You can kind of hear it cracking. If I put one more on top, I think one of them might break. See? It broke. But it held all of this weight. I picked the heaviest one to put on top because I wanted it to break for you guys to see. But this eggshell right here did not break. Only these two did. So this one must have had must not been the same height and must have been a little weaker. So we have 3 more eggs. We're going to try it with, I'm going to pick it up. We're going to try it again with just 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, we're going to see, this one's kind of broken, 2, 3. We're going to see if these 3 can hold the weight of some books. So once again, we're going to start with our hardcover book. And so we're just going to set that on top. And then we just put books on as we go. So just sit them down. Sit them down. Oh, still going strong. I can hear it cracking a little bit. I don't know if you can. So we're going to look for our skinniest books. I don't have a ton of skinny books. I guess this one would be our next smallest one, even though it's kind of heavy. Still going. I think maybe we can do one more. If you hear cracking, just try to keep putting a little bit of weight on it. I think it might fall after this one. Yep. There it went. So now what you would do is, this one's the one that cracked all the way through. But once again, if you have the eggshell line be completely straight at the bottom, it's going to hold more weight. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our scale, make sure it's at 0, which it is, and I'm going to put these books on it and see how many pounds it held. So give me a minute while I get the weight of our eggshells figured out. Okay, so I weighed the books for the 3 eggshells, which were these books, and we got 6.6 pounds is how much these books weighed. And then for our 4 eggshells that we had these 2 heavier books on it, and we get 8 pounds. So our eggshells held 6.6 pounds and 8 pounds. And it can be different for each experiment. So just you can keep testing it out. If your parents let you keep using eggs, just do it once if your parents only want you to use one egg. But personally, I would have not thought that an eggshell could hold that much weight. Also, just remember that if you make sure that your eggshell is cut completely flat, I'm gonna show it this one. As you can see, when I'm holding it here, you can see the back side of this eggshell because it's not completely flat. So that if you make sure that you cut this completely flat using a tool, the surface that the eggshell is sitting on will be flat to the ground, and you won't see the air gaps. I gotta try to like move the sun. You won't be able to see underneath the eggshell, and then even pressure will be distributed on both sides of the eggshell. So you want to make sure you get that cut as flat as possible. But it's still really cool to see how much weight an eggshell can actually hold. So I suggest you guys all test out this video and try it out at home. Do it with your friends. Maybe make a little fun little like bet with your mom. Say, hey mom, I bet an eggshell can hold 6 pounds, and see if they believe it or not. And if they don't, be like, okay, I can prove it, and then show them this you've learned today. So thank you guys all for tuning in today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little experiment that I did, and that you can come back next week and watch more. Have a great week and a happy day. Bye, everyone. I'll see you later.